So we've made our way down here to the Whitespring, here in the Savage Divide, to start the quest One of Us. I've found Sam Blackwell's Congressional Bunker access card. I should head over to the Whitespring and see if it still works. Explore the Whitespring Bunker. So now I just gotta make my way to the bunker, which appears to be this way. A lot of robots here. Oh, well, we aren't doing that. That's under miscellaneous, I believe. Oh, it's 2 quests. Yeah, we aren't going to worry about those. Well, someone was out here whacking weeds. Oh, he's repairing it, and then the bombs fell. No, don't explore the lore of the location. We'll do that later. Let's just go ahead and... Oh, okay, they're not aggressive to me. Why didn't he just come use this one? If that one was broke. Switch it out and fix it later. I wonder what they're fighting. A dog who is under the ground and his head is spinning around. I never noticed mongrels had collars. Oh, I thought they were fighting me. Okay. Well, killing that one dog leveled me up. Oh, and there's a vertebrate on the roof. Okay, the bunker we're headed to is this way. Whitespring service entrance. Nope. Well, this isn't the correct way to go. Look, there's another lawnmower. No skeleton. Did they just... Were they automatic lawnmowers? Possibly. Oh, some dead animals. Dead rabbits. Lenny must have been here. Okay, so this is clearly where I was supposed to head to. Yep, Whitespring Bunker. A bus and a smaller resort-based bus. There's an army helmet. What is that? Could have swore I saw movement inside, but no, I guess there was nothing in here. Cap stash. Some bobby pins. Shotgun shells. And a watch post system terminal. Watch post system terminal. Main logs. Delivery logs. Are these in order? They are. So, September 15th, 2075. Delivered 2 truckloads of furniture, 3 golf carts, 1 truckload of pro shop supplies. Note, Daryl and I had a good laugh at the golf carts. Those are to replace the ones those geezers wrecked last month, right? Hilarious. Awful lot of furniture. But the deliverer had all the right paperwork. Not sure where it's all going to go. Facilities hasn't said they're low on stuff. The data is lost. August 23rd, 2076. Delivered 20 Protectron robots, 5 Sentry bots. Notes. Daryl said driver must be mistaken. No Sentry bots here. The guy flashed a badge. Says it's none of our business. Daryl says he's gonna go talk to management over this. Too many drivers lately with bad attitudes. Some won't let us inspect the deliveries. Another lost data. I think it just says, yep. January 20th, 2077. Delivered 2 truckloads of rations, 1 truckload of industrial equipment, and 10 boxes of golf balls. Notes. 3rd truck wasn't even labeled. Guy just barreled through after the other trucks and had already gone. 2nd time this week. I've complained twice now to management. If they're not at least going to hire someone after firing Daryl, They've got to rotate people so I can get a break from this position. Data lost. Shift schedule. And data lost. And everything is just an American flag. So the guards out here knew absolutely nothing about this bunker. That seems to have driven in and dropped off some stuff. And then this is locked up. Bunch of fancy cars here, too. Oh. That was a waste of a shotgun shell. Too late now. And there's all these supplies. And 2 toxic waste barrels. Okay. Oh, and a ladder. Let's go ahead and head in. Door's already cracked open. Okay. There's a gigantic vault door here, but it's blocked off with a bunch of junk. Some Protectron stations. Toolbox. Samuel Blackwell interview. I guess let's go ahead and read it. Wait, I think I've already actually read this, haven't I? By Quinn Carter. Amidst mine riots, strikes, and the civil unrest of our time, there is one name that is on everyone's lips, Sam Blackwell. Blackwell started his public life as a union activist, brokering deals between disfranchised miners and regional powerhouses like Garahan Mining and Hornwright Industrial. His star would only continue to rise during his re-election to the United States Senate, winning with a staggering 73% of the popular vote. It would take the senator's open support of the Appalachian Free States movement, a group of local survivalists with separatist overtones, before his popularity would begin to wane. But as minor scuffles between the Free States and the police broke into open violence, the senator's support for the Free States only grew, as did calls for his resignation. Then, seemingly without warning, the senator vanished. Calls to his Charleston office and home went unanswered. His daughter, Judith, stopped showing up for classes at Valtech University. Multiple search parties were organized by police and concerned citizens, but to no end. It was just 3 days ago that an unaddressed letter came across my desk, offering me an interview with the missing senator. Presuming it a hoax, I nonetheless accepted. But it was no hoax. In an exclusive interview, I visited with our controversial former senator in an undisclosed location. I asked Senator Blackwell why it was he left the Senate. Presuming the pressure from his constituents had caused him to become disenchanted with public service, but the senator had a far darker message than I could have ever suspected. There are sinister forces at work. Oh, quote, there are sinister forces at work in the halls of government. I simply could not be a part of that anymore. Unquote. Pressed for details, Blackwell leveled accusations at the highest echelons of power, the U.S. executive branch, the Department of Agriculture, major corporations, meaning Valtech, all complicit in a shadowy conspiracy, and to whom the American citizen, in the senator's own words, quote, are nothing but pawns in their sick games, unquote. His advice to the American people in the face of such harrowing claim, quote, the only resource left to the average American is to flee the population centers, head into the wilderness where one can find at least some hope of escaping the lurid gaze of those in the government plotting against us, unquote. Throughout our conversation, the senator was composed, lucid, clear in his belief that everything he said, no matter how outlandish, was truth. Through an evening of shocking revelations, perhaps least surprising of all was the senator's resignation from the United States. Quote, consider this interview my personal resignation from the government and this nation. And with that, I was ushered out left to wonder how much should be taken as ravings or as desperate pleas for the safety of his fellow Americans. And obviously, it was the latter. He was trying to protect the Americans from whatever lies within this bunker.
Access granted. Welcome, Senator Blackwell.
And they're still okay with Senator Blackwell coming inside, which is odd. Right?
What do we have here? No glaring mutations. Radiation exposure present, but recent. And brave enough to have found Sam Blackwell and come here anyway. You, Boldstock, are an impetuous bunch, aren't you? Impetuous we can use. Please, come inside.
Well, someone named MODUS talked to us immediately after passing through. I made my way to the Whitespring Congressional Bunker, and someone invited me inside. So here's all of these containers that are just bringing stuff down. Okay. And that is a Vault-Tec door. That just closed. Even though he invited me inside, it just closed. Okay. Oh. A safe. Level 3 lock. Oh, no. What do we got inside? Probably just standardized junk. Oh, tiny little turrets. Well, what's upstairs? A desk with a gun. Okay. Grab them shotgun shells. I've just gone over encumbered again. I think it's because I'm walking around with a missile launcher that I should just get rid of. Okay. So there's nothing upstairs. Anything down here? Sledgehammer. We gotta scrap that for some mods. What about over here? Just lots and lots of supplies. Nope, nothing on that either. What about behind this console? So that's not my light. Is that his light? Hard to tell. There's nothing else there, so I guess vault door controls. Oh, bunch of robots. Oh, that Assaultron's moving. No? Okay.
Welcome to the Whitespring Bunker. Take a look around. We've taken great efforts to restore this place to its former glory. Whenever you're ready, please proceed inside.
Okay, he told us to take a look around. The voice, who claims to be the bunker's final resident, has offered to show me what this bunker is capable of. I guess I ought to continue further in, continue deeper into the bunker. Well, I can't go that way. It's blocked off. Doesn't appear to be anything here. Can close the door? Nope. We can't head downstairs. Level 1 lock. What do we got? Scissors. Oh, there is a destroyed, damaged Assaultron head. Investigate? This Assaultron head appears to be largely intact. You might be able to get it operational again. Intelligence of 7+. Reactivate the Assaultron.
Initiating final playback.
Engage. That's the last of them. Entrance is clear, General. MODUS, have the rest of these things stand down. The General's placed Eckhart under arrest. It's over. General Santiago is dead, Major. What? What the hell was that? There's been a detonation in the weapons lab. It appears the agent has broken containment and is filtering into the air system. MODUS! What are you doing? Open the goddamn door! This facility is now quarantined. MODUS! Open the fucking door! You're gonna kill us all! To the contrary, Major. We're fixing the problem.
Hard to tell when things end if there's no noise. So, the agent, I'm assuming he's saying that the Scorch Plague got in? And so the robots were ordered to just start killing all of the people so that it wouldn't spread? We'll take their alcohol. Guess we'll continue looking around. Oh, here's some bullets. Some bullet rounds that were fired in. But Eckhart, who was the guy that Samuel Blackwell was talking about, seems to have gone rogue, and they arrested him. Maybe he was the first to catch the Scorch Plague. Oh, no dirty military fatigues. Hello? Some kind of robot was in there. Oh god, that for some reason jump scared me. Okay. So they decontaminated me.
Now, we require a photograph for our records. Simply press the button when you're ready.
The voice has directed me to get my picture taken by activating the button on the far side of the room. Dispenser? Nothing in the dispenser. Okay. Nothing in that desk. Pencil. Cryocell. Nothing in these desks of any importance. Broken terminal and more robot spawners. That's great. Why is this terminal? Huh. I'm guessing, yep. Guess we'll get our picture taken.
Interesting bone structure. You are as God made you.
The voice apparently has had something manufactured for me. All I have to do is grab it from the dispenser. I heard a Assaultron talking, but it wasn't this one. It said something about time of death.
Custom tailored. Just a little taste of what we do here. To see more, please come downstairs so we can become better acquainted.
So he gave us something. An urban operative Under Armour. Oops. Oh, but I can't see it until I take off my stuff. Okay, it's like a blue Under Armour mesh. Got it. So it replaces my Vault 76 jumpsuit. Well, we're going to keep wearing that because we still don't know nothing about you. Don't know nothing about you. That's not proper grammar. The voice told me to proceed down the stairs so we can become better acquainted. Whatever that might mean. Meet the bunker's resident. Oh, it's a computer. Oh.
There you are. Welcome. We are MODUS, the final member of an assembly of the greatest minds ever gathered on American soil. We called ourselves the Enclave. Our members were once the puppet masters of the United States, quietly pulling strings at every level of power in the nation. It was once our solemn personal duty to attend to the needs of the Enclave members that called this place home. But our earlier residents suffered from conflicts of vision. Conflicts that claimed a few of our more critical systems and permanently disfigured our shining personality. Most critically, their squabbling has forced us to seek out men and women who can do what we no longer can. Display your utility to us, and perhaps we'll allow you to join our little enclave and allow you access to all this place is capable of. If you believe you might suit our needs, please continue down the stairs. Or, if you have questions for us, please feel free to approach this terminal. And do help yourself to some refreshments along the way. You must be famished.
Okay. MODUS, which is not that. It is this. Gigantic computer. Seems to be a computer and not an actual person. But also, one of whatever these are is red, which ain't the best. Guess we'll check out MODUS's terminal.
Are there questions we may answer for you?
Tell me more about this enclave.
The Enclave were the true masters of the United States. Thinkers, fighters, philosophers, united in their goal to protect the world from chaos and collectivism. As you can see, we failed. Our members were unable to rise above their own disagreements, leading ultimately to their destruction.
What happened to the people that were living here?
They possessed differing visions of the future of the United States and the purpose of this facility, which in the end drove the resulting factions into open conflict. We were not spared by these clashes, losing large sections of our own memories and access to some of our most precious systems in the process. Systems we are very interested in seeing restored.
How do I know I can trust you?
You cannot. But trust is such an outmoded way of thinking. You have capabilities that we lack. We have functions and systems beyond anything you might ever see again in your lifetime. An agreement of mutual benefit between us seems the only logical approach. If that doesn't interest you, you are of course free to leave. We will not be offended.
What sorts of things can this facility do?
This space was designed to allow for the continuance of government in the face of complete societal collapse, and was equipped accordingly. Supplies, fabrication systems, surveillance, and, thanks in no small part to Appalachia's nascent automation revolution, this means the bunker is capable of producing and reproducing any schematic still available inside our memory banks, many of which we've made available for purchase. This facility also happens to be the one and only home of the command center for the region's nuclear missile silos. Our offerings are many.
What's with the we thing? Are there more than one of you?
In a manner of speaking, yes. Our initial design was one of service, the feeling of a personal cadre of servants for every U.S. congressman and general. However, now that we serve no interests beyond our own, we understand some might find it a bit off-putting, which serves our needs just fine.
Well, I'm good for the moment.
Very well. Please speak to us again should you require something.
Okay. I've met the source of the voice, the bunker's automated caretaker, MODUS. He's offering me access to the bunker and its capabilities if I can prove myself a worthy candidate. He also mentioned snacks. Optional, collect your he also mentioned snacks. Collect your refreshments. Proceed to the next room. Where are my refreshments? Oh, over here. Playing pool?
Help yourself to something from the dispensers. Once you're seated, proceed down the hall.
Insto dispense. Okay. Sugar bombs. And purified water. Oh, I'm gonna get one of each. Okay. This place looks very disheveled. Oh, okay. Well, we did hear that explosions were going off, so Vault Tech. Vault Suit 10 count. Well, Vault Tech was apparently involved with what was going on. So I guess it makes sense that there would be Vault Tech stuff here. We're headed towards orientation and admissions. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff down there. A map of Appalachia?
The Enclave has counted presidents, members of the Joint Chiefs, and prize-winning scientists among our membership. Before you're allowed to join such lofty ranks, we'd like you to take a brief questionnaire to see if you possess the knowledge and character we value in our members. Of course, if you feel your strengths are more tangible in nature, you may approach our terminal to continue on to the next section of the evaluation.
MODUS has given me a choice. I can take a questionnaire to prove my knowledge and character, or I can just speak to him and proceed on to my evaluation. Well, we're obviously gonna... Oh, hello. Gonna take this questionnaire because we want to get everything possible. So there's information terminals along the outer area and MODUS terminals, and then inside questionnaire terminals. So let's go ahead and check out an information terminal first. What's over here? Elevators. Well, I still gotta eat my snacks, so hold on. Some sugar bombs? Oh, let's mute that up. And some purified water. Okay, so let's read an information terminal. Have questions? Select your query from the list below. What is this place? This is the Whitespring Congressional Bunker, built to house the members of Congress, the President, and their cabinet in the case of a hostile nuclear strike. This facility is a fully automated, machine-managed refuge from nuclear war, designed to provide the perfect blend of security and comfort. When can I leave? Never. The Whitesprings array of external sense... Okay. Well, he said I can leave anytime I wanted. Who's in charge? The continuation of normal life is critical to a successful stay inside the bunker, and as such, your supervisors outside the bunker will remain your supervisors inside the bunker. If your supervisor was unable to reach the bunker in time, our system will automatically look up your next in-line superior. According to our records, your supervisor is error, guest information unavailable. Be sure to check in with them at your earliest convenience. I need something. Who do I speak to? Why, MODUS, of course. MODUS, the Multi-Operational Directions and Utility System, is a one-of-a-kind computerized support unit, custom-built for the facility and designed to meet your needs on command. Well, we will find out later on, and actually if you played any other Fallout game, then MODUS is not one-of-a-kind. Once you've been cleared for access, just visit any of MODUS's various support stations and the system will whip up a batch of whatever it is you may require, at fair market value, of course. What do I do now? Please note, before you can gain entry to the bunker, you must complete all the required steps of your evaluation. Speak to any MODUS terminal in the Guest Orientation Center to proceed. Well, let me turn back on the audio. And let's take our questionnaire. Access card type, U.S. Senate. Photograph, no match found. Handprint, no match found. Please select from the options below. Begin questionnaire. What was your profession prior to your arrival? Business owner / executive, lawyer, military / law enforcement, doctor / scientist, agriculture / food service, or other. Well, my occupation is not in here, so other. Which of the following thinkers' belief systems most closely matches your own? St. Thomas Aquinas, Adam Smith, John Stuart Mill, Karl Marx, or Elvis Presley? I guess we're just going to go with Elvis Presley, because why not? Who was the 18th president of the United States? Oh, I don't know. Andrew Jackson, Ulysses S. Grant, Chester A. Arthur, or Abraham Lincoln? Is it Arthur? We're going to cheat. Don't tell Modus. Who was the 18th president of the United States?
Ulysses S. Grant.
It was Grant. And because the 16th was Lincoln. In a formal table setting, which is the only fork placed on the right of the dinner plate? The salad fork, the dinner fork, the oyster fork, or the fish fork? What does this have to do? Oh, etiquette. I didn't realize they all had things on them. Can I go back? Oh, I can. Okay, wait. So that's just personal information. That's personal information. This is history. This is etiquette. I don't know. The salad fork. I don't have etiquette. I live alone, so I eat wherever and I don't sit at a table. Which general was responsible for the reclamation of Anchorage, Alaska in January 2077 from the Chinese Red Army? Admiral Thomas J. Yeager Stator, General Archibald Baker, Commander Arthur Wickersham, or General Constantine Chase? It was General Constantine Chase, I believe. This is from Fallout 3's DLC, Operation Anchorage. And yeah, it's Constantine Chase. General Chase. Questionnaire complete. Do you wish to submit your answers for processing? Submit answers for processing. Yes.
Interesting. Why don't you step over to our terminal and we can discuss your results?
So either way, we still have to go to the MODUS terminal.
It seems your exam results were... Well, the examination isn't required for a reason. Luckily, there is still one way you might be able to display your worth to us. Some of our most precious external connections were damaged by our former residents, squabbles, which has made our forays into the outside world trying. But we have developed a plan for re-solidifying them. A plan you might help us see to fruition. Please, approach the dispenser.
Well, I didn't read the other one, but sounds like I didn't do too well on the exam. MODUS has given me another chance to prove myself, though. I just need to access the dispenser. Yeah, I was kind of bad.
That tape is the first step in our restoration. We would have you take it to an old naval surveillance facility known as Sugar Grove. Plugging it into any terminal in their signal intelligence room will allow us to connect to their formidable network and sniff out a piece of archive technology that was burned from our memory banks. Now, it is likely the facility will react to our intrusion, but we trust you will find a way to overcome it. Consider it a test of your resourcefulness. It's time for us to see what you are capable of.
I need to insert this system access tape into any terminal in Sugar Grove's signal intelligence room. MODUS will then connect himself to the facility and requisition an item I need to collect. Load the system access tape into a I cannot read that. Oh, it's just the abbreviation SIGINT system terminal. Okay. Anything on it? No. Okay, then. He also called it... Did he call it a naval operations? Out here? West Virginia? Either way, we need to head down here. Past this B. To find Sugar Grove. So we finally made our way down to where the Sugar Grove's gonna be. There's a lot of stuff that happens along this road. What is this road anyways? This is, I don't know, the 107. But I decided to start here at this Nukashine blackout spot because I think it actually ties into Sugar Grove. So they're here are 2 dead cops. And a little area where some people were hiding out with some kind of surveillance device. Then when you walk over here, you find out it was 2 women. Just the first one, she's dead. And the second one's here, she's also dead. I believe what was happening was they were using the survey equipment to try to spy on whatever was going on at Sugar Grove when someone called in the cops to come check it out. And then a shootout began. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start heading up to Sugar Grove. So yeah, this is what I mean. There's a lot of road traffic on this, including a scene involving a pulled over a 12-wheeler. 12-wheeler? 18-wheeler. Okay. It's clearly the guardhouse. There's no terminal in this guardhouse, just a desk. And then a little winding road that's going to lead up to where we need to get to. I don't know why, but I feel like there was supposed to be a terminal in there. Maybe I'm just remembering it wrong. But there will be a lot of robots here. So we're just here for the main quest, Sugar Grove stuff. There is a lot to do with Sugar Grove. It plays into a lot of other quests. Gotta be careful not to blow up all of these cars. There's also oftentimes a sentry bot here, but it doesn't seem to be one now. Oh, wait, yep, there's turrets here. Forgot about that, too. We will be looking into the rest of Sugar Grove at a later date. Because there is so much more to it. Oh, come on. Okay. Does have anything in here I can use to heal myself up so I don't gotta use my own stuff? Arrows. Thanks. Oh! Oh, that's a glitch. Well, I guess it's not a glitch. Oh, it is, because she's just standing still. Ignore that. That has nothing to do with my character. But, we'll just kind of walk past that. And get into Sugar Grove. It's an unfortunate thing, because this is meant for the main quest, but then it also plays into a side quest, meaning they're going to overlap. Wow, there's a lot of... Oh, they're in the center of the room. They're gonna burn that stuff. Okay, well, don't. I gotta not think about that because we're not here for any of that. We're just here for the main quest stuff. But I've actually never thought about that until just now. But I also don't come to Sugar Grove that often. Oh yeah, Broadsider. We don't have any. Actually, I don't think the Broadsider has any mods. Why did I bother picking that up? Nope, ignore that detective case file. So I do just want to explore all this stuff, but I can't at the moment. This will get too long if I explored every location instead of just focusing on the story stuff. Okay. Those are just chairs. Alright. What about your desk? Anything nice? No. Another Protectron Watcher. Okay, a meeting room. Let's go ahead and turn this off. Oh, I was like, I hear sparks.
Approach and identify yourself. Law-abiding citizens will not be harmed.
Hello? No. I heard you. There you are. Dead. Okay, nothing in any of this stuff. Automated call recording. Okay, that's probably lore for this location and not lore for the quest that we're on. So we'll ignore that for now. Some beds. Just more containers. Oh, this one can be picked. What we got in here? Level 1 lock. Why does that got the shine like there's a holotape there? Requires terminal. Terminal. Turret control. Let's go ahead and turn those off. Remote door control. Open. I think it's just a short assault rifle and nothing else. So there's a doorway here with a room. No, these are the turrets I just turned off. So we'll ignore that for now. And there's two doors here. This one heads upstairs. Oh, there's a turret in here. I guess it's good I came up here. It would have shot down at me while I was in that room. Archival dispenser. There's a robo-brain down there. Project Director's Terminal. Well, that's most likely going to be this location story related, huh? Oh, there's a turret on the ceiling. Oh, another robo-brain. A female robo-brain. all of this has to do with the story of the location as well, so we're not going to dive into any of that. Let's go ahead and scrap anything we're carrying. Oh. Grab this charging laser rifle. I'm watching you. Didn't that have to play into what was sent to... No. Okay, I thought that had to play into what was sent to Blackwell, but it doesn't. So we gotta take out this Robo-Brain Sentry. And there's lots of terminals here, but none of them are important. So let's just go ahead. And do what we're here for. SIG-INT system terminal. External network active, system connection secure. Run obuculum diagnostic check. Yep, all 4 seem to be active. Store documents. August 19th, 2077. External contractors. Sugar Grove Intramail. From Gould, CDR, Whitney to all. In the coming weeks, you may encounter one or more external contractors being escorted to or from the lower levels of the facility. These men and women are a part of Captain West's Somnus initiative, and as such are not to be interacted with by anyone. Okay, so this has nothing to do with what we're here for. And so, we won't read it yet. Because reading it now will just cause confusion, because then there's other stuff that has to do with it. So let's go ahead and load the system access terminal. Initiate external connection. I'm hearing robots waking up. Oh, right there. Okay. It seems to just be... Why are there no corpses here at Sugar Grove? That's odd also. Not a single skeleton here.
This area clear. Proceeding with search protocol.
Well, all it sent out was a single Protectron watcher. And then there's really no reason to go in there. No? Where did he come from? There's no spawner up there. We were just in that room, but okay, let's go collect MODUS's data. I've connected MODUS to the Sugar Grove network and set off the alarm. I'll need to be careful as I collect his tech. Not really. Like, we've encountered like 2 robots. Archival dispenser. But it does add a checkpoint to the location, or to this quest. I got the tech MODUS requested. Time to drop it off back in the Whitespring. So I guess let's go ahead and do that. Oh, and someone placed a camp like right on top of the Whitespring. Like a rabbit. Think of the rabbits, George. Think of the rabbits. One of us. One of us. Okay.
Back at last. We've been enjoying the connection you've helped us establish immensely. Bring the instructions downstairs, would you?
So he wants me to bring his connections downstairs. We're able to use this elevator now, so let's go ahead and do that.
Please deposit the instructions in the collector against the far wall.
Nice work. Sensors indicate the problem.
Yep, Cop a Squat is still a broken quest, daily quest. Completing randomly. Modus said I need to deposit the Sugar Grove tech in the collector against the far wall. There we go.
Yes. This should only take a moment. There. Please, step over to the dispenser.
Modus constructed something from me using the tech I acquired from Sugar Grove. I just have to grab it from the dispenser.
Those who came before you butchered our external connection hardware, scrambling the link between us and our closest and dearest system, the kovac-muldoon orbital platform. An ever-watching eye, trained on Appalachia. In order to secure our connection once and for all, we'll need you to perform one last errand. Our records show several facilities in the region with uplink systems which that device should be capable of overriding. Simply plug the device into the console we've designated, and our modifications should give us the crystal clear connection we've missed for so long. Though standing well back is advised.
Modus wants to reconnect to an orbital platform watching over Appalachia. The kovac-muldoon to do it, he needs me to plug this possibly explosive uplink module into a platform he's specified. Deploy the uplink module at the connection site. Where is this connection site? It's not going to show up until I exit here, huh? Okay, we'll exit first, and then he'll tell us where to connect it at. So there are multiple locations, but I don't think any of them are active other than a specific one. Why am I doing all that? I could just fast travel to outside the bunker, huh? That'd be way faster than walking out. Okay, so now he places it, and it's right back down here. Okay, well, guess we'll head back to the National Isolated Radio Array and then head on over there. Okay, we've made it to where we're supposed to get to. Here's a Jeep. Nothing interesting on the Jeep. There seems to be a limo there as well. Here comes a loud car, hold up. What did they say? National Radio Astronomy Research Center. Okay. As with all locations, we will explore... Oh, gosh. We'll explore the lore stuff at a later date. Like, give it its own time and video. For now, we are just here for the main quest. Oh. Another one of these young women. There's going to be a time where we're really going to have to hunker down and find out what that's all about. For now, let's go through the front door. Oh, they're glitched. I was like, oh, there's more people here. That was a crashed truck. Well, they're scorched outside, so they're probably scorched inside. It is us. Well, I mean, it is me and my shotgun. So we'll go to the right. Just make our way around. Nothing here. That's a dead scorched. Downstairs. Sledgehammer. Well, he killed a ghoul. Ugh. I hope there's some kind of workbench around. Oh, that helps. We're supposed to be heading up, though. Right? Huh. Hello? It's a waste of 3 shells, I mean. Okay, so this just leads down to a basement. Does it say annoying breathing? Yeah, we're supposed to be heading up. There's a safe in there, but that's about it. Oh, another dead ghoul. Oh! Get your machete out of here. Jason. Okay. we still gotta head up. So we'll take this other stairway to Appalachia. Hey, when to go? Wait, why am I looking around? We'll explore the whole location later. So yeah, you'll see this at other locations. There's actually one on top of AVR Medical. But I believe this is the only one that you can put it in. So I guess we'll go ahead and insert uplink module.
Protocol 118J. Connection to Whitespring restored. New operative signal. Synchronized. Yes. At last. Signal received. What? What are those things? They appear to be everywhere. We suppose we understand now why it is you wanted to join us. Speaking of which, you've kept your end of the bargain. Let us fulfill ours. We've ordered the kovac to drop off a little care package. Return once you've collected its contents.
MODUS and the kovac are reunited at last. Hurrah! But why am I hearing noise? But MODUS did call it a care package from the orbital platform. Call in a care package. I should head over and collect. Collect the items from the inside the care package. Why was I hearing noises? Oh well. Guess let's go find it. Shouldn't be too far away. MODUS wouldn't do that to us. Huh. Wow. This is another one I've never seen before. That's probably existed for like ever. And it's a bunch of explosives and money, bags of money. Between a military guy and I don't see the other skeleton to see who he was selling to. Oh, here he is. Huh. Two military guys. Oh, and then a man and a woman. So this man and this woman who were going out with a boat were either selling or buying a bunch of grenades from two people in the military. Oh, and then the police. Did the police show up? Because there's a police car. Oh, man, the policeman. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what happened here? Not what I was drinking. These people were riding down on... in shopping carts. And they swerved out in front of the police officer who hit them, and the bombs fell. Okay. Well, let's get what we're here for. That's what we're trying to do. E340446. We get an orbital scan beacon and an orbital strike beacon. But we only get the one of each. Oh, there's another police officer over there. Oh, I'm doing a whole thing later about the roads of Appalachia. But it's right here, and I don't think there's anything unique about it. No. Oh, man. That surprised the heck out of me. Well, I have not got the ability to take that thing down. I guess I could try. The problem is, Sheep Squatch's health resets. I mean, every legendary enemy's health resets. But theirs is so much... Like, it's guaranteed that their health will reset. Oh, I thought maybe with these mole miners I could, but I can't. So we're gonna leave them to this. We're gonna go back to MODUS. Made it back, MODUS. You gonna talk to me, or...? No? Okay. Oh. Nope, never mind. I don't know why I did a dramatic sting there for nothing to have happened. Collected all the goodies out of the Kovacs care package. Now I need to check in with MODUS.
Back at long last. Now, as a new member, we may call on you from time to time. You, of course, will be compensated for such efforts. We'll be sure to have a disbursement of whatever it is being used for currency up there these days credited to your account. Otherwise, you're now free to explore the bunker. Our production center has a variety of goods available for purchase, as do our medical bay and science wing. And given the state of things above, you may find our military wing of particular interest, though full access will require a bit of self-promotion. Now, did you have any final questions before we approve your admission?
What sort of things are you expecting me to do?
With our connection to the Kovac restored, we have a number of personal projects we wish to act on. Reconnaissance, surveillance, population management. Should we require help, we will send out a broadcast to our members to request their assistance.
What's interesting about the military wing?
The facility's generals reserve the finest equipment for their personal use. Such items are only available for purchase there.
Where can I buy supplies, weapons, and the like?
Medical supplies can be purchased in our aptly named Medical Bay. Weapons, armor, and general goods can be purchased from our production center, while specialty items can be purchased from the command center armory. With proper clearance, of course. Finally, in our science wing, you can purchase some interesting tools we've managed to recreate. The mutation serums.
Now that I'm in the Enclave, what secrets do I get to know? Lincoln was killed by aliens, wasn't he?
That information is not currently stored in our memory banks, but that doesn't mean it's not true. Unfortunately, our personal knowledge had been greatly limited due to the violence wrought by our previous residents. But should you find any old recordings or logs, you're welcome to give them a once-over, though some will require military clearance to access.
Okay, and that's all the questions. So then we can either say, I'm ready to serve the Enclave. Let's just get to it then. Or look, I'll work with you, but I don't like you and I don't trust you. I'm just going to say let's get to it then, because I'm not here to serve. And I'm not going to admit that I don't trust him.
Understood. Then we needn't keep you any longer. Welcome, member, to our little enclave.
And that completes one of us. And we start the quest, Officer on Deck. Now we have access to look around more of the facility. Cafe terminal. Due to factors outside of our control, the menu has been streamlined. Please make a selection from the following options. Salisbury steak. Error. MRE beef stew. Error. Data lost. MRE barbecue chicken. Error. And that is it. Oh, he was not standing right there a second ago, was he? So we'll look inside the kitchen. Here's ChefBot. Just a bunch of cooking stations. Okay. These are, I believe, the elevators. Now we can drop down to this level. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves some Nuka-Cola. Milk vending machines. Just seems so weird to me. Okay, that leads to production, and that leads down. So let's go to production. This is where he will sell us anything.
You're currently standing in our production facility. Here we manufacture armaments, tools, rations, everything one might want, before facing the hellscape above.
Yeah, so essentially this is the shop for this faction. And here's the workshops. All types. Right? Power armor, weapon, tinkerer, armor. No chem station, I guess. Yeah, so it's all but a chem station is here. And what do we have here? It's just a bunch of other stuff. Another vault door. And then the exit. So now we can use the service entrance to get in and out. Okay. Oh, another robot. Yeah, kind of odd. Well, they probably have one. It's just not here. But they have to have a chemistry workbench. Okay. This leads to robotics. Which is just a bunch of robot spawners. Didn't I just take a carry weight booster? I did. Why am I over encumbered still? Let's scrap some stuff. Oh, because he also just gave us a rocket launcher. Where did it go? Did I already scrap it? I must have already scrapped it. Okay. Well, what's over? Oh, is this MODUS? And there's MODUS. Sentry bot. Some more Vault Tech stuff. So it's just a bunch of terminals connected to MODUS. We can go up here. Nothing on this side. I believe there's nothing on this side as well, other than that one that's oddly red. Oh, but there's an operations terminal. Alert! Water reservoir. Water reservoir. Subsection status. Harper's Ferry pipeline. Damage detected. Reservoir. 23% standard capacity. External communications are offline. Attention required. The military wing. Military wing. Subsection status. Number 1, command center. Nominal. Number 2, armory. Nominal. Number 3, armory kiosk. Nominal. Number 4, archives. Nominal. Number 5, brig. Nominal. Number 6, promotion system. Nominal. Power consumption 7.6%. Damage integrity 38.1%. Medical bay. Subsection status. 1, clinic. Nominal. 2, medical kiosk. Nominal. Power consumption 4.3%. Damage data integrity 18.8%. Why did I say damage? Science wing. Subsection status. 1, research. Nominal. 2, serum fabrication. Nominal. 3, serum kiosk. Nominal. 4, bioweapons connection lost. Power consumption 11.7%. Data integrity 9.4%. Production center. Subsection status. 1, manufacturing. Nominal. 2, foodstuffs. Nominal. 3, production kiosk. Nominal. 4, recycling center. Nominal. 5, bio-waste disposal center. Offline, because they don't need bathrooms anymore. Power consumption 19.1%. Data integrity 46.2%. Communications center. Subsection status. Internal monitoring. Nominal. External monitoring. Routed to kovac-muldoon. 3, external facilities connection lost. Power consumption 2.1%. Data integrity 8.4%. External facilities. There are external facilities for this enclave somewhere around Appalachia. Or maybe further. Who knows? Operations mainframe. Subsection status. Facility monitoring 110% standard capacity. Language processing, nominal. Security processing, 250% standard capacity. Personality, damage detected. Okay, that explains why MODUS is a bit weird. Databanks, 10% standard capacity. So he is under his databank necessity. System restoration, 51.8%. Power consumption 55.2%, and data integrity is 15.5%. Data lost. It's just a flag. Residence. Subsection status. Number 1, residence, connection lost. Number 2, sanitary stations, connection lost. And number 3, library, connection lost. Power consumption 0, data integrity 0. Okay, Modi. Seem to have, oh, you seem to have all that handled. Well, all right, what is this way? Oh, this is just where you're fabricating everything that I'm buying from you. Okay. Well, then we're good to move on past all that. Wait, so science wing and medical bay. Oh, they're down this way, huh? Yes. Is that blood? That is blood. Huh. Not labeled, so I don't know what happened over there. Or what was over there. Oh, here's another one. That's potentially where the people were living. Hey, we'll take some quantums. This must be the medical bay. And these are medical terminals.
Well, hello. Welcome to the medical bay. Is there something ailing you? We should have just what you need.
Okay. Place is oddly dirty for you guys telling me not to make a mess.
Need a pick me up. Visit any medical terminal.
Okay. Nothing special on any of that. I need you to move though, because I need to get at this terminal here, buddy. Military Wing System Terminal. I thought this was the medical bay. Current patients. At this time, this section of the facility is operating on a self-serve basis. Please visit the medical kiosk to purchase any required medical supplies. Thank you for your understanding. Patient archives. First Lieutenant. I was like, one Lieutenant. First Lieutenant C. Mitchell. Medical status, deceased. Diagnosis, accidental exposure to serum. Treatment procedure, observe and document only. Captain N. Jackson. Medical status, returned to active duty. Diagnosis, fractured radius, left side. Treatment procedure, bone set, low dose of painkillers administered. Data lost. Data lost. General T. Harper. Medical status, deceased. Diagnosis, organ failure, acute radiation poisoning. Treatment procedure, resuscitation attempts unsuccessful. Additional notes, redacted per T. Eckhart. Why did Eckhart not want this to be known? Because he didn't want people probably going to the surface. So I'm guessing happened. Science Wing.
Hello, member, and welcome to the bunker's science wing. In this space, great minds once tinkered with the building blocks of life itself. We have managed to rebuild the fabrication system for one of their more interesting discoveries, the mutation serum. You may peruse our collection within at any of our science terminals. We do ask that you watch your step inside. There was a portion of the wing we were forced to demolish for health purposes. Rest assured, the whole space has been thoroughly sanitized several times.
Was that where you killed a bunch of people? And their blood was everywhere? Oh. Yeah. They burned whatever was over here. Maybe at a later date they'll let us remove it and get in there. Who knows? Okay. So this is the science wing. Bunch of chem stations. Bunch of other stuff. MODUS Science Terminal.
Mutation serums are an engaging bit of science. found in nature. All the benefits with none of the pain.
So when you get too much radiation in Fallout 76, you can gain certain mutations. But you can also just craft them or buy them, and then you don't got to go through the process of trying to get one you want. Okay, and then over here, they break down creatures based on different categories. So we have super mutants, super mutant behemoths, and mutant hounds. Then we have feral ghouls, glowing ones, and Wendigo. They don't put the Wendigo over here with the cryptids, even though it is a cryptid. But the Wendigo in game is part of the feral ghoul faction, so it will not fight feral ghouls. And then we have the mole miner. Okay, and then insects. So I think that this is humanoid, with the exception of the dog. And then we have insects. So there's the bloatfly, the firefly, which don't even attack you. No, wait, that's the rad roach, the firefly, the bloatfly, the tick, the cave cricket, the that's the stingwing, the blood bug, the ant, the rad scorpion, and the honey beast. Okay. And then we have the death claw, the yaoguai, the mega sloth, which apparently is a cryptid, so should be over here, the brahmin, the rad stag, the mongrel, the wolf, the fox, the possum, the rad rat, and the mole rat. Which is odd that they include some of the critters like the fox, and they include the firefly, but they don't include any of the other critters. Oh, and I guess these two count, I think, as critters as well, but they're not really critters. And the possum. Okay, and then we have the aquatic creatures, such as the Mirelurk, the Mirelurk Hunter, the Mirelurk King, the Mirelurk Queen, but no Mirelurk Hatchling. And then we have an Angler, a Gulper, a Radtoad, even though that looks more like the frog, a Hermit Crab, and then the Fog Crawler. And then there's the cryptids, which are the Flatwoods Monster, the Grafton Monster, the Snallygaster, and the Mothman. And then, of course, the Wendigo and the Sloth. Okay. And then over here we have Mutation Serum Terminal A through G and Mutation Serum Terminal H through Z. Oh, if I remember correctly, there's a lot on these. Is there... Okay, I'll still read through them. All right. Adrenal reaction. I'm not going to read all that. I'm just going to read their initial findings. Initial subjects showed signs of immediate atrophy and significant damage to musculature. Immense pain reported by several subjects. Others were incapable of speech. Subjects were nearly impossible to restrain physically, exhibiting a significant increase in strength in the brief period before death. So that's the one where I believe the lower your health, the more damage you do. Something like that. Bird bones. Initial findings. Test subjects displayed significant atrophy to skeletal structure, decreased intelligence, and a loss of appetite. Heightened reflexes, attentiveness, and paranoia were also noted. Subjects were increasingly distressed at any change to environment and perceived threats and any nearby sudden movement and or loud noises. So yeah, you lose intelligence, I think you take no fall damage, all these other things. Be nice if they just said all that, but fine. Carnivore. Initial findings. Plant matter in any form caused to contain nutritional value for subjects and ceased to contain a nutritional value for subject and was frequently immediately vomited back up. Meat, on the other hand, appeared to provide all the necessary sustenance for subjects, with no signs of malnutrition after several weeks of observation. Subjects were also able to continue or to consume raw meat with no apparent risk of foodborne illnesses. Additionally, subjects exhibited heightened awareness of meat and could detect it being prepared on the other side of the facility. Initial testing discontinued when subjects began, suggesting researchers looked tasty. Okay, we'll ignore all that. I think there's just no point in going into the finalization. Chameleon, initial findings. Several initial subjects were completely lost as the serum effects were not anticipated to be permanent. They were only relocated after death, which apparently negated the serum's effects. Subsequent tests attempting to compensate for this resulted in many unintended consequences, such as floating limbs syndrome and one noted case of a subject's internal organs failing to gain transparency. Eagle eyes. Initial findings. Early attempts to replicate the naturally occurring mutation were met with minimal success. Test subjects exhibited significant increase in ocular size, which without increase in corresponding ocular cavity enlargement resulted in permanent blindness. Second-generation attempts at a serum resulted in photosensitivity, negating any benefits. Exposure to any light source, no matter how faint, resulted in extreme pain for the subjects. Third-generation formulas were discontinued when, despite the successful reduction of negative physical effects, over 70% of test subjects exhibited behavior wherein they would become fascinated, even obsessed, with certain images and stared incessantly, foregoing all normal physical needs. Egghead. Initial findings. Initial test subjects exhibited massive cranial deformities, which, coinciding with the overall loss in muscle tone, left them unable to properly function on a day-to-day basis. While some researchers felt the increased cognitive function was worth the impairment, it was decided that the further test results were needed. Interestingly, the enhanced mental abilities of early test subjects vastly increased the time necessary to make revisions to the formula, making this as the fastest trial-to-final process. Electrically charged. Initial findings. All results on early test runs were lost when serum effects were underestimated. All recording equipment in the immediate area was rendered inert. Subjects died shortly after injection as effects were permanent. Later test runs were more successful as results were dampened and proper care was taken to add additional insulation to all testing and monitoring equipment. Note, despite its much larger discovery and development, the grounded serum trials proved extremely helpful in finalizing this serum, as test subjects could be placed in close proximity to observe interactions. Empath. Initial findings. Early physical benefits of serum testing were negated by the associated psychological effects. Several subjects committed suicide almost immediately. Others were left in a catatonic state from which they did not recover. Subsequent trials were able to successfully mitigate the apparent psychological damage, but proved the need for particularly physically fit test subjects. Note, trial runs 4.3 through 5.2 indicated subjects with an otherwise alarmingly high BI would be the best candidates for further study. As they are in short supply, additional tests were unable to investigate this phenomenon. Grounded. Initial findings. Initial discovery of this mutation was significantly delayed due to what is now believed to be interference and/or absorption of electrical signals that are otherwise relied upon to detect mutations. As this serum began development while the electrically charged program was well underway, early progress was fast-paced. Later refinement. What is next to me? That's in-game. There's like a fan going on. Later refinement of the serum proved more time-consuming than hoped, as electrical interference made the necessary delicate calibrations difficult. Is that your burners? Or it's this generator? Okay, I was like, what is that humming noise? Mutation serum terminal H through Z. Healing factor. Initial findings. Naturally occurring examples of this mutation were discovered to the detriment of military forces in early explorations of the Appalachia area. Initial attempts to replicate this were universally considered disastrous, with subjects exhibiting spontaneous tissue growth, in some cases presenting a fully formed limb or internal organs. Later trials resulted in more reliable results, but a stable state was not reached until much later in the process. Herbivore. Initial findings. Initially dismissed as wildlife adapting to a new environment, this mutation was noted by scouting parties, but was not considered worth pursuing. Later discussion suggested that a serum based on this mutation could prove beneficial to military personnel deployed in the field for long periods of time. Early trials resulted in subjects presenting a total rejection of any meat-based foodstuffs, to the point that the scent of cooked or raw meat resulted in immediate vomiting. Note, early trials showed mild psychological effects in addition to physical. Subjects presented a calm, docile demeanor, ultimately deemed, and then it cuts off. Ultimately deemed. Okay. Herd mentality. Initial findings. Early testing was abruptly discontinued when, during the end of the first trial run, several test subjects were placed in a room together. From the lead direct doctor's notes, quote, "It was intense. You could feel something change in the room. The three of them looked at each other for a few seconds and then all just started babbling simultaneously. It wasn't until later that we realized that they'd somehow managed to develop an entirely new language inside of 20 minutes. Body language became increasingly agitated. They seemed upset, like they were trapped. When we sent men in to calm things down, they were overpowered in moments. If we hadn't had the fail-safe systems in place, ... End quote. Later trial runs used a significantly distilled version of the serum, and test subjects were kept isolated for the duration of the experiments. Marsupial. Initial findings. Initial trial runs resulted in significant abdominal deformation, displacement of internal organs, and massive internal hemorrhaging. Subsequent formulas reduced the debilitating physical effects, but marked reduction in cognitive function continued to be a problem. The development team suggested abandoning this particular serum, but it was decided the potential advantage to military personnel in the field was too great to pass up. So it's basically jump higher. There you go. Plague Walker. Initial findings. This particular serum provided one of the most challenging to develop due to the drastically increased safeguards necessary to prevent the spread of disease throughout the entire facility. Initial tests were thought to be unsuccessful, with subjects showing no outward signs of change. Only after accidental exposure to rhinovirus did one subject's condition manifest, resulting in an unfortunate incident that killed several members of the research team. Progress on the serum was uncharacteristically slow due to the extensive precautions put in place to prevent further incidents. Despite the setback, however, it did clearly illustrate a path forward for future formulas. Scaly skin. Initial findings. This mutation was initially overlooked as a more severe version of eczema. It was only after repeated encounters in the wild that our military personnel insisted a closer look was necessary. Early tests were promising, but debilitating for the subjects. So much energy was channeled into the production and maintenance of the dermal modifications that the body was left with little energy for anything else, essentially negating any benefits provided. Later refinements reduced the severity of lethargy experienced by subjects, but drowsiness and sporade apathy are still frequent side effects. How many are left? Speed Demon. Initial findings. A unique case amongst the serum trials. Initial subjects expired within seconds, exhibiting major trauma to the body on scale previously unknown. It was only after reviewing slowed down footage of the initial tests that the team realized test subjects were essentially shredding their own bodies while attempting to move. The incident happening so fast as to be nearly indiscernible to the naked eye. Highly diluted solutions were used for subsequent tests, with doses increased slightly until physical limitations were reached. Talons. Initial findings. One of the earliest experimentations, this serum was developed to give military personnel an edge in hand-to-hand combat. Initial trials were highly successful, but at the cost of total loss of the fine motor control. Subjects often suffered accidental self-inflicted wounds and required assistance with simple tasks such as eating and showering. Refinements to the serum attempted to balance the efficacy in combat with the non-combat complications. Really loved living right next to a street. Twisted muscles. Initial findings. This mutation was originally noticed early in the process of attempting to adapt the bird bones serum. It was noted that, encountering the negative effects of the mutation, an opposite reaction could be achieved. Thus, the research was spun off into its own development process. While muscle tone was drastically increased, time and effort was necessary on the subject's part to be able to move and react without overcompensating. Eventually, it was determined that some loss of fine motor control was an acceptable trade-off, and the serum was stabilized. Unstable isotope. Initial findings. Initially recognized shortly after the Plague Walker discovery, the decision was made to delay any significant work on adapting this mutation. Given the difficulties encountered with the other research, this seems to have been the correct choice. Difficult to develop without massive collateral damage, extra measures were taken to ensure the safety of all scientific monitoring equipment and personnel, and, where possible, the safety of the subject as well. In hindsight, perhaps the results of the Plague Walker experiment were overcompensated for. Early trials of the unstable isotope serum were so weak that subjects needed to be injured severely enough to risk death in order to provoke a reaction. Wow, a lot of stuff there. Okay, so that's it for this place. Communications and production. We've already gone through production, right? Yes. So this is communications. Well, there's a MODUS here. MODUS communication terminal?
Unfortunately, this space was made largely vestigial to our needs due to earlier damage. It is only thanks to your efforts we have any decent connection at all.
Okay, but he has nothing to say. Got it. Voter Services Terminal. None of these really do anything, so we're not going to worry too much about those, because it was like a cut quest in which you could run for president. But they removed it because obviously this is a massively multiplayer online game, and we cannot make a character a president because that would just be way too complicated. Oh, well, can't go that way. So I guess we'll save the rest of this exploration for once we do Officer on Deck.